Definitely, yeah, I'll have enough mac and cheese, enough barbecue chicken here. So you be alright with some vodka. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke, definitely gonna be able to smoke too. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Where are we at here? Where are we at? So, I guess first things first. Yes, yes, yes. I remember now the Kim Kardashian video, the Santa Baby video. So, like I said, it's a crazy one. It's a crazy one. Matter of fact, I think I can play the trailer. I think I can play at least the trailer, but I can't play the whatchamacallit. I can't play the video straight from YouTube. I could play just a clip of what's been going around. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play the little short that's been going around from Instagram. So you guys
listen to this.
So you guys can at least see what we're talking about and what we're gonna be getting into tomorrow. But yeah. No, we're not gonna listen to that.
Kim Kardashian and Kevin McAllister.
We're going to be breaking that video down tomorrow. We won't be doing that tonight. But Kim Kardashian has released a video with Macaulay Culkin and a couple of people in the video. And a lot of symbolic references in there. Like this one is a small, subtle one, but it's actually... What I'm going to be breaking down what this actually is right here. You guys are not even going to, like I said, it's a lot of things that you have to, like I said, notice in this video that you're like, wait, what? Even that jacket, even down to that jacket. We're going to break down what that jacket is tomorrow. We're going to break everything about that jacket. We are finally going to get into the Sgt. Pepper story tomorrow. This little shot that was in the video of the older gentleman rubbing down a panda and raccoon. Yeah, it's a lot of things. And if you look at the Instagram posts, there's a woman that breaks down some of the things that's in there, but she only breaks down the things that are in like the actual trailer to the video or like the teaser part of the video. This video is ironically and demonically set at 4:44. So it's 4 minutes and exactly 44 seconds, the video. Which there is a football player in the video with the jersey number 44 in it. So just tells you how much they actually dove into the detail of symbolism with this video. So it, like I said, and my own thing, crazy thing is you saying that, right? Face down, ass up, shake my head. Crazy thing you saying that, Free B. The first thing I thought of when I saw the video, I said, she got kids, right? Like, what the hell is North going to ask her when she sees this? North is of age. North is of age. I'm pretty sure North saw this video, and I know she's seen some weird shit with her dad, but this take the cake. This take the motherfucking cake. And then you do this a week before these kids' Christmas? Like, think about that. You did this video a week before your kids' Christmas. So, again, oh yeah, that's the thing. Mariah Carey would definitely approve of that video. That's the thing. Mariah Carey would definitely approve of that video. She in the same club. She in the same club. Same goddamn club. Juju, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, we'll be breaking down that video tomorrow. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. What I did need to get into. Excuse me. Ooh, what I did want to get into. Yeah, before we get into some funny stuff, yeah, let's stay on a serious note real quick. Let's stay on a little bit of a serious note. So, Allie Carter put out a video recently of her breaking down her experience at the Playboy Mansion. Yeah, you heard it right. Allie Carter is breaking down her experience, her sex trafficked experience at the Playboy Mansion. And she saw some pretty interesting celebrities there, including Iron Man.
Nurse, therapist, as a dance teacher, right? So
And I went through some things with my kids that I just, I've stopped and dropped what I was doing. Some of my kids had ended up in a mental hospital. Some of them had came from foster homes. Some of them just said, "Hey, Miss Sally, I need to talk. Hey, Miss Sally, I need a hug. Hey, Miss Sally, I just want to go in a room and dance. And can you stand there and just watch?" Yes. If that's what you need, let's do it, right? I'm just that person because of everything that I've been through. So watching things as an adult fucked me up. It's a lot to at 15 I was so lost because of everything that has ever happened, right? I turned into a point where I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I loved someone that was hurting me, because I didn't know what else to think about it. I thought it was love, and at 15, it was always, every single night for me was, where am I laying my head tonight? Do I get to sleep? Where am I going? Where am I going to end up? What's going to happen? How long do I have to stay up?
You know what's crazy? As she's saying that, I literally can relate to what she's saying at 17 when I was homeless. I know exactly how that fucking feels, yo. Where you just like, damn, am I going to my cousin's house tonight? Is he even, you know what I'm saying, can he sneak me in? Is his mom's at work? Is she home tonight? All right, fuck. My grandparents, all right, fuck, I can't go there. My uncle got, you know what I'm saying, got some company in the basement. I can't sleep there. I had to figure out where I was sleeping at certain nights. Like, and there was times where I literally would stay up and say, fuck it, I'm going to just stay up the whole night. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably just fall asleep in somebody's crib tomorrow on somebody's couch real quick, give me an hour or two sleep. I used to literally live like that. So I know exactly how that shit is, yo. I know exactly how that shit is. Fear B, you know what I'm talking about too. Like, especially, like I said again, growing up in New York City, you learn some survival tactics. You learn some mental survival tactics, I tell you. You really do. So as like I said, she's saying this, I'm just thinking about, damn, the times where I had to stay up to like 6, 7 o'clock, you know what I'm saying, and figure it out the next day. Because I was out of school. I was turning 18 years old, so I was fresh out of school. I graduated, but wasn't nothing to say about that. Graduating for me was just, I graduated, and I'm trying to just I graduated to adults, I guess. That's what you could say. But it's very hard, especially at 15 years old. She's saying that she was, homeless at 15 years old. That's very difficult in a sense, to be a 15-year-old girl and not necessarily know where you're going to be sleeping at night. That's a whole different experience altogether that I'm sure feels, very lonely, especially not necessarily knowing her mom at the time. And of course, her father supposedly is Pac, so his father was already passed away. No foster parents or anything like that around, and of course you're in CPS custody, and CPS custody is the reason why you get sex trafficked. That's crazy.
And watching an episode called Pig Night, when I went, they tried to feed us, and I remember it because when you have to do orders, sex jobs like that, you don't eat. You're not allowed to eat. You actually have to like starve yourself, because this is about to get a little bit dark. So if you got a faint stomach, or if you just can't be doing it right now, just go. Don't even try to. It's a lot. It's about to get a lot. So just, here's your time. Exit. When you have to do those type of sex jobs, you can't eat because you will throw up. if you are doing anal sex, or if you are a guy doing anal sex, you will shit everywhere. When this happens, your pimps will get mad at you. Really mad at you. And if that is a fetish for someone, they use that to their advantage. So if you throw up on someone, you will have to eat it. If you shit on someone, you will have to lay in it, have sex in it, stay in it.
That's what so remember when we talked about the girl that went to Dubai, the girl that the airplane attendant that got flown out to Dubai with the girls? That's literally what she's talking about. Miss Boompow, what's going on? She literally is talking about what that same girl that flew out to Dubai did with those girls. Remember what she was talking about? She had to eat the throw up, and the other girls had to eat the throw up and eat each other's feces and shit like that. And they was also on the centipede train eating each other's ass and whatnot. That's what she's talking about right now.
So when they tried to feed us, I already knew not to eat, because that's just, I'm always told, like, at the end of it.
Now, again, I want you to keep in mind while she's saying this that she is 15 with this story. So this is the story of a 15-year-old girl.
Job, I was really happy if my pimp would give me grapes, because that was like a big thing of mine. I loved grapes when I was a teenager. I don't really love grapes that much now. They're still alright, but texture issues. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, so I knew, okay, we're not gonna eat. Like, I don't know what this is for. And I was told don't eat the food. Okay, fine. I thought it was because it was a different source of drugs. There's candy dishes in elite parties. There's always a candy dish. And the candy dishes I went to was always cocaine or ecstasy or weed or random things. Angel dust. All kind of things. They showed us a room. They kind of made us feel like we were taking a tour of the mansion. Then they showed us the animals. Then they took us to a rec room, like a playroom.
Now I'm confused because was there a zoo at the Playboy Mansion? I don't remember there being a zoo there. Was there a zoo there? 'Cause what is she talking about at the? Hold on, just in case, just in case. Let me see something. Oh shit! It was. It was. But lo and behold, we ain't got to go read the article, but look at this. Crystal Hefner says animals at the Playboy Mansion were abused. I bet they were. I bet they were. So apparently there was a little mini zoo there at the Playboy Mansion. And from what Allie Carter is saying, they weren't just feeding the birds.
You know, Playboy has I forgot what I was gonna say. Contracts. Non-disclosure contracts, where sometimes they there are celebrities that are a constant visit. And when they're a constant visit, these celebrities have a contract with the Playboy, depending on what location they're at. Either way it goes, but especially when they're a known celebrity, they have contracts. So it kind of keeps them safe. If there's a Playboy bunny that leaves, they're not allowed to tell who they had sex with, who was there, who was a frequent bunny, who was a member, or frequent John, and who was a member. You're not allowed to. Technically, when you work at the Playboy, when you work there, when you are on an intake and you work and you have a room at the Playboy, it is treated as if you have a contract. You can't talk about those things. So for me, I didn't have that contract. I was brought in for a weekend. And when I found the episode of Pig Night, then I realized what was going on. And it took me, I have cried myself to sleep so many times this past week. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to process as an adult, to say this was I still don't even know what words to put to that. I'm still trying to it's a lot to process as an adult. It's a lot to process that they were called pigs. You can feed a pig anything. Pigs will eat shit. My pig, I had a pig. I love my pig. She's really smart. So pigs are smart. And it was stupid because it's treating it as you can do whatever you want to the pigs. It's just pigs. Processing that as an adult, I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to deal with it a lot, because a lot of people don't understand when you say sex trafficking, what's going on. It's not just jobs. It's not just sex. It's a lot more than that. And in the show, they keep walking right up to the door of MK Ultra. They keep tiptoeing around it, but they're not saying it. But there's a lot that happened, and a lot of people watched. There's a lot of security that was at that mansion that watched. There are regulars. I know people know that there are regulars. You know, the people that play into the Playboy are your regular nasty, vulgar, raunchy, and they kind of sell their personality as that way already on TV, so people know about Jamie Foxx and Chris Tucker. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, I've seen a lot at the Playboy. There's many names that people seen at the Playboy. That's what it was for. In the last year, I've never understood so much of the world as a stage in my life. This whole bullshit with Will Smith and Chris Rock. They're actors, y'all.
All right, so real quick before she finishes, I do want to talk about that real quick. So what she's talking about is this thing that they had at the Playboy Mansion actually called Pig Night. And I didn't know there was I guess it's a documentary that's out about the Playboy Mansion. So he was a monster. I was a Playboy bunny. Hugh Hefner hired prostitutes for Pig Night. Piled us with drugs. This is back in 2022 this was published. Piled us with drugs. No, supplied us with drugs and worshipped Charles Manson. Charles the murderer Manson? Wow. But his legacy now looks set to be torn to shreds by a new documentary series that delves into the seedy underbelly of the world he created. I didn't know there was a documentary called Pig Night. I had to look at that. Okay, so the new Hugh Hef doc claims that All right, chat. We got something to check out on Twitch. we got something to check out on Twitch. So I'm gonna find this Pig Night. I'm gonna get this Pig Night. We're gonna watch this. That Playboy bunnies were forced to engage in orgies to prove their love. Oh my God! Alongside the revelers, Hugh allegedly hired 2 pimps to bring sex workers for Pig Night. The explosive 10-part expose, which will premiere in the U.S. on January 24th, okay, so it's already out, promises to show how Hefner's carefully crafted public image as a friend to women was little more than a smokescreen. Well, of course we knew that shit. Former lovers and employees interviewed for the show claimed the Playboy founder demonstrated little care for his Playboy bunnies and used drugs to control women. Hefner is accused of acting like an insatiable circus ringmaster, encouraging girlfriends, female visitors, Hollywood stars, and prostitutes to play out his sexual fantasies. He is also said to have manipulated girlfriends into showing they loved him by engaging in group sex and invited pals to covert with hookers for a debauched event called Pig Night. This sounds like this is why the damn tunnel led to Diddy House. This is exactly why that led to Diddy House. Diddy was probably going in the basement. All right, y'all can go to bed. His happy ass go down his road with slippers on, probably jogging down the damn tunnel hallway, jogging down that bitch with the baby oil. Yo, Hugh, open up. Hugh, open up. It's me, Diddy. It is even alleged that the multi-millionaire businessman who passed away aged 91 in September 2017 idolized cult leader Charles Manson and his mind control over women. This almost sounds like, and I don't want to spoil it too much, this almost sounds like the Beatles' obsession with Aleister Crowley. So in A&E Network's Secrets of Playboy documentary, Hefner's ex-girlfriend Sandra Theodore, 65 years old now, says he was like a vampire sucking the life out of you. Really, he was a monster. The things that he got turned on by, nothing was enough. He pulled one over on the whole world. Looking back, I do not know how I fell for this. It was baffling. Wow. He broke me. He scared me because you could not satisfy him. He wanted more and more. He would tell the public that even good girls can enjoy healthy sex, but there was nothing healthy about the sex with Hefner because he took it too far. He was taking the girl next door and he was soiling her. He twisted my mind so much I felt like I had to put a show on every night. The group sex was at least 5 nights a week. Theodore, who was Hefner's live-in partner for 5 years, explains that Hef's twisted fantasies even included talk of snuff movies where in the end they kill the girl, and that is the big orgasm. Theodore adds Hef's creation of Playboy was more than just getting girls to take their clothes off and pose nude. He wanted to create a lifestyle for himself that was accepted all over the world. He would tell me things like, "You are making history." He knew what to say, like, "Our lives are better than most people's fantasies. Everybody loves each other. We should not be suppressed." Suppressed is a big word with him. It was addicting as you knew you would be a special and the lady of the mansion. That was his romantic way. But really, he wasn't very romantic at all. He created this illusion with smoke and mirrors. And then he worshipped Charles Manson's brainwashing. The former model and actress, who was Playboy magazine's Playmate of the Month in July 1977, also spills the beans of Hefner's disturbing admiration for Charles Manson. She claims that he told women who shared his bed that they had become part of the family, a phrase that Manson had used to describe his female groupies. He is also said to have regularly watched Manson's infamous home videos of the girls in his cult using weapons. Theodore explains in the late 1970s he was fascinated and obsessed with Charles Manson, could not talk enough about him. How does this guy have these women that have been in jail and when they get out, they adore him? Have like that. Hefner launched Playboy magazine in 1953 with nude photos of Marilyn Monroe when he was just 27, and the first issue sold 50,000 copies. It kickstarted a multi-billion-dollar industry with the Hefner as most recognizable figurehead, of course, and then so on, so on, so on. So, drugs, blood, play, and orgies with hookers on Pig Night. Shocking events at the Playboy Mansion included a party on Thursday evenings, which Hefner dubbed Pig Night. According to former valet Stephen Tettenbaum, the former Playboy employee explained that it featured prostitutes who were brought to the mansion, inspected by doctors, and pimped out to Hefner's high-flying pals. Wow, that ain't a trafficking party. Hollywood stars who are said to have been regulars at the night included late Blues Brothers actor John Belushi. Tenenbaum, who worked at the Playboy Mansion in L.A. from 1978 to 1981, said Hefner had two pimps that would bring up 5 or 6 girls in their cars. It was called Pig Night. But we as butlers were told, do not call them pigs. They would come up, go into the dining room, and Hefner's friends, comrades, movie stars, and television stars would sit around the table. That's disgusting that he viewed women like that. He's the real pig, but he viewed women as pig. That's crazy. Hefner would never eat dinner with them, but smoke a pipe and observe the girls. One at a time, the girls were escorted into the front bathroom, where the doctor would inspect them for anything that would be detrimental to any of his friends. Wow. Sick bastard. The girls that passed would have sex with the different friends. Sometimes on Pig Night, he had a special woman called the Bleeder. Oh my God. And she would use a very large syringe and draw blood from his different friends. Okay. This is getting a little sick. Drugs are also revealed to have been central to the way Hefner allegedly controlled and manipulated women, despite his claims that illegal substances were banned from the mansions. Hefner's former executive assistant Lisa Loving Barrett, who worked with him from 1977 to 1989, claims that Hefner had a stash of Quaalude sedative drugs in his bedroom to hand out to girls. Barrett said, Quaaludes, we called them leg spreaders. Some Bill Cosby shit here. That is what the whole point of them was. They were a necessary evil to the partying. We would have prescriptions in some of our names. Wow. We had prescriptions in some of our names. We gave them directly to Hef. He had a drawer which we did not have access to. He had a whole drawer for them shits. Crazy. There was a Dexedrine, which he took, which was a speed, and amphetamine. I think it was a fuel. So pretty much this was Dexedrine back in the day was like was Tusi. The Dexedrine back in the day was the Tusi, before the Tusi. Cocaine was a big deal. I can remember at a couple of the larger parties, there was a downstairs powder room, which underneath, of course, is a bathroom, not powder room, which underneath the ornate toilet paper holder, there was a pile of cocaine under there. It's crazy you would be in the powder. That's what I was stunned about. The fact that it's called the powder room and it's a bathroom, but it's literally powder in that bitch. Crazy. Hefner passed away the month before the Me Too movement went viral in October 2017, ironically. In the wake of sex abuse allegations against disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. And although he never faced the kind of retribution meted at. Now, that's kind of crazy, right? That similar to Hugh Hefner passing, right? Right before the allegations. As Diddy's getting hit with all these allegations, Quincy Jones passes. Isn't that ironic? The two worlds. You know what I mean? you get what I'm saying. So, giving evidence to the Attorney General's Commission on Pornography, former Miss January 1973 and Playboy head of promotions Mickey Garcia accused Hefner of sexual exploitation, rape, and mental and physical abuse. She told the filmmakers, "I want to be able to stop this abuse." All right, so let's get back to Mrs. Allie Carter here. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Yeah, taking blood with the syringe. Like, I wasn't like I said, I wouldn't I would expect this out of Hugh, but I didn't know that this was going on with the pig night shit. I didn't know that he was throwing full on Diddy party type shit. I didn't know he was doing that. That's why people said that he was the original Diddy. He was the real original Diddy. The real deal for ladies at least going to the powder room. Yeah. Old school 50s. Old school 50s going to the powder. You know what's crazy? Someone just posted on my timeline some shit about that where they pretty much were caught off guard because there was a girl that was at at a restaurant and asked the homegirl, "Yo, do you have some coke on you?" I said, that would be the only place she would ask you that question. Is the bathroom, because it's called the powder room for a reason. But anyway, the fact that he was getting away with this shit for so many years and of course passed away before anyone could even dig up anything on him is nuts. So now looking at, we're definitely going to have us a little treat and look at Pig Night, because I really want to see what that was actually like now. Now that'll, if anything, that'll take us inside a real look of what a Diddy party would look like, especially from back in the day.
They're actors. What blows my mind is here we go again with the whole world on one thing about an alopecia because of Jada. Jada has alopecia, poor her. Oh my gosh, it's a black woman in the middle of it, and that's why he got up and slapped the shit out of him. Oh really? Because the same people that are defending Jada and the same people that are defending Will are the same people that was just defending the fact that when Rob Saget died and that guy came out talking about the rape and the anal rape of the Olsen twins, somebody should have got up and smacked the shit out of him. It should be talked about that it was a wrong joke. It should be talked about that was fucked up. It should be talked about that it's not funny. But no, we ain't gonna throw a tantrum over that because it was just a joke. It was just a joke. People need to chill. Don't let it be a joke about alopecia, Jada, Will Smith, and that's fine. You know they staged that, right? You know that the Oscars lost their viewings. You know that a lot of celebrities are lost their viewings and they've lost their fucking minds, right? And you guys know that a lot of people are starting to focus, and when every time somebody starts to focus, when people really start to focus, that name always makes me laugh now. But when you really start to focus on what's going on, then there's a big ass distraction that waves, and it sends shock waves through everywhere. Every time you open your phone now, how many memes have you saw? When it came down to Bob Saget and all those people that were making jokes about rape of children, nobody threw a fit. It wasn't a meme all over the place. Nobody was arguing and trying to get the opinion of the world about who was right and who was wrong. Everybody took the side of the predator. You don't see the distraction. You don't see them playing on your intelligence again right now. Playboy is so popular right now in the stores. The name brand clothes and everything has Playboy on it, and everybody is joking about being a Playboy. People ask for proof of what I've been through, right? I don't think people understand what they're asking for. I really don't. Somebody tried to bitch and say, well, I've posted things on my Telegram that it's illegal content. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I have posted things that help people walk up to the door of what's really going on, things that are already circling on the internet, which doesn't make it right either. There's no excuse for that. I'm circling the internet. I don't want anybody to post me in a weird way, and I'm not going to post myself. But people don't understand what's going on, and when they finally see it, then it's like, holy shit, I need to get my shit together. But it's still not enough people. It's still not enough people. Child sex slavery is something that everybody can agree and say, this shit is wrong. It's fucked up, right? And that's why nobody will talk about it. And then when people do talk about it, they see it as a money point. We don't have any money. We've been camping. We just possibly found a place that has a bathtub, and we're super grateful right now because I need a bath. I need to do something with my bones because they hurt, and I'm always in pain. I'm sorry. People don't understand that this is the real problem, right? Right. Sorry. Ew. I know that there's a lot being plotted every single day on my name. That's what it is. Right? But we've left the fact of people calling us a victim and a fraud, and now we've gone to the fact that if I'm a survivor, then I've hurt somebody. If I'm a survivor, I'm guilty of some snuff films. If I'm a survivor, I'm guilty of things. And I do know that there are videos. I was actually just discussing some things with an insurance holder. Because we have a lot of irons in the fire, right? So I've had to go back through some things that I haven't touched with the 10-foot pole. I've buried. I forgot that it existed. I acted like it didn't exist. From the times that my foster brothers were raping me in my foster home. I'm gonna just try to spit some things out right now because I can't say them without fucking crying, and I can't say them without I can't breathe. So I'm just gonna try to spit this out as much as I can, and then we'll try to talk about it later, okay? But I've been trying to talk about it and it just won't come out. So I'm just gonna try to do this, okay? So cool. So here we go. All right. So.
I feel for you, Miss Allie Carter. I feel for you, Miss Allie Carter. I'll definitely stop and say that. I had to pause it for that because I could see everything she was saying was definitely choking her up, and I feel for her on that part. Let's see. Not the real original Diddy was Louis B. Mayer, the founder of MGM. Oh, MGM Grand. Oh, the MGM. Okay, I know you're talking about now. The MGM. I don't know why my mind went big because I'm thinking of the Lion. Now I know you're talking about the Lion. Had all of Hollywood living in one village, and he controlled and brought in the sex workers, drugs, and etc. And because he had a private police force, they looked the other way. He's also leased out the actresses. He invented to Oscars so actors could get clout for sponsorships so that he wouldn't have to pay them more because he was paying them ass. Wow. Original me, what's going on? Same MGM? Okay. I was trying to think now. I was trying to think what it was now. But that's crazy. If you think about it, there was just a lot of that going on that we just didn't notice, I guess. We just didn't notice how many Diddies that there were back in the day. If you really want to think about it, we really should have taken notice to how many different Diddies that there were back in the day. The Hugh Hefners, the Bill Cosbys, as he said, the Louis B. Mayers. How many of them were there? How many more of them were there if you really want to think about it now?
In a situation, I've had a lot of situations, so many to count, it's unnecessary. My foster brothers, my foster parents, I've learned how to barricade a door professionally. I've had many situations. I was living in a group home where I had to just talk to someone in regards to this group home, and it was in Riverside, California, and my group home staff, it was a level 5 group home, which is technically like a foster home if you know the levels of a group home, right? Okay, whatever. So the level 5 is technically you have those privileges that you can just kind of still come and go wherever you please. You still have the privileges, you still have allowance, you still kind of have a foster home setting, but you're still in a group home. So there's probably like 6 girls in the house with the staff that just come in and out, right? So there was this group home, and I was so stupid. And I'm not stupid. It was just my life. Like, so I know I don't need you guys to, like, I'm not fishing for you guys to be like, you're not stupid. I know I'm not stupid. I'm actually really intelligent. I'm actually really fucking smart. I don't give myself credit and nobody gives me credit. I'm small and I'm short, but I'm really smart. But, no, I was in this group home, and I was going to Rain Cross Continuation School. And I just got there, and I didn't want to leave. The group home staff was trafficking us out of the house. They had a board in the house with everybody's name on it. They made it seem like it was a game, like you're having to follow your program protocol. Okay, so your program protocol was to follow the program and to do what you had to do, and that meant having sex with the maintenance guy whenever he got there. The administrator of the group home knew. She was writing our names on the board. She would take us to these trips. She took us to the beach. She took us to Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the time that I went to Las Vegas, Nevada, and my foster sister ended up in Robert Downey Jr.'s room. So this was a whole thing in Las Vegas, Nevada, and somebody had gave us shrooms, and we were in this elevator. It felt like we were fucking dying, because if you have ever been on shrooms, don't do drugs. But if you have ever been on shrooms, don't be a hoe and don't do drugs. That's gonna be my slogan for my life. Stay in school.
You're stupid. So retarded.
The new DARE program. Right? Don't do drugs. They're fucked up. They leave you fucked up. I've been fucked up. Don't do it.
The fact that she has to laugh through her pain like that is you know, you can if you've been through some things in your life, you can understand the and 411 what's going on. You could definitely understand the laughing through the pain part. But yes, as she just said, don't be a hoe, don't do drugs. She had to laugh at that part off, but was not necessarily Robert Downey Jr. You see how she just tried to brush off even having to say Robert Downey Jr. gave her drugs?
So
Iron Man.
So we did shrooms. We're in elevators, you know. Las Vegas has all those crazy floors, and you feel like you're just fucking falling. For years, I felt like I was just falling. It was a fucking mess. And she would just let us go. Like, we had a community pass when we got to Las Vegas, so she was just like, just go do what you gotta do. Just make sure that you get back to the room, right? So we did. I dragged my foster sister back to the room. It's fucking horrible. Anyways, and we got back there. I was like, okay, whatever. And then she took us to the beach. And before we got to Newport, there's a part in Newport, there's that grocery store that kind of sits on a weird corner in the intersection. I know if y'all from there, you know what I'm talking about, but it's like the store that kind of catty corners, and it's in Newport. And we got to that corner, and it's a big ass intersection. It's really, really wonky. And she's like, take your towels off, take your covers up off. You guys need to, like, show your bodies off. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And people started honking at us, and she stood back, and she's like, this is all for you guys. This is all for you. And then she was giving us and, like, feeding us to the maintenance man who was picking up the food for the houses, driving us to the DNA programs, driving us to the drug and alcohol programs that we were already in. It was supposed to be following our protocol, right? So he would come, like, during the week. And the thing was that is for you to follow the program protocol of doing what needed to be done, and the administrator knew. So she would put our names on the board, and they were in the living room in the house, and there was 6 of us, and she would just put our names on the board. And I remember my foster sister's name so well, but I'm not going to say them because they were minors. So there was our names, there was our ages, there was our weights, there was how much medication that we were on, because, you know, in foster care, they use the foster kids as experimental guinea pigs to put on random medication that nobody fucking needs. You're not prescribed to fucking take it. And then you're stuck on this medication, and people are calling you fucking crazy, and you're not fucking crazy. You're stuck on SSRIs that are causing you to be crazy. Okay? That nobody ever actually ran a fucking experiment on. They just run it on the foster kids, and they give it to you, and they log you up on all this fucking medication that you're just fucked up, and you feel like a zombie, right? And the second that you start actually defending yourself and being a fucking person and ho and being a person, then you're in trouble because you're actually feeling something and you're actually defending yourself and you're actually speaking up, but you're a child in the system, so you can't do that, right? Because that's defiant of authority. So that's what they call it. So yeah. We were on this board, and she made it seem like the master bedroom, the deal was is if you followed your program and you're doing what you're supposed to do, if you're not kicking and fighting and screaming basically, then you get into the master bedroom. So there was like 3 bedrooms, and if you got into the master bedroom, then you were like the shit. I don't know. It didn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean anything now, but as a teenager and you're in the master bedroom and you're in foster care and you're in this group home and you have this big allowance and you get to be in the master bedroom and you get to do whatever, not do whatever you want. You're just in a fucking master bedroom. It wasn't a big deal. It was just a thing that she said. So you weren't in the other bedroom. So you have bigger privileges and you get first pick and your name is on the top of the board. And she was giving us etiquette classes because I was a bitch. I'm still a bitch sometimes. Everybody knows I got a big ass mouth. It happened, but I wasn't the type that had my mouth open. When I was in the system, I was very quiet. I was very not quiet. I just didn't say shit about this, right? All of this. Okay. So, I was that type that was always coming off bitchy, and I was always getting in trouble because I was always saying something fucking bitchy back to somebody because somebody was always saying something fucking stupid to me. So I still have a mouth. Okay, so she put us in etiquette classes because we were talking to people kind of crazy when we went on these jobs, right? And that she took us on and that she knew of and that the social workers knew and whatever. It was fine, basically, for the group home, okay? So
That's wild that CPS was doing this shit. Because remember, her original story is that CPS is how she got into the whole trafficking thing in the first place. She was in a shelter, but then she was also in custody, in CPS custody. The social workers pretty much were pimping the kids out. That's just wild to me. That is just wild to me. But again, it's another reason why we're going to be breaking down that Kim Kardashian video tomorrow, because there is a lot of symbolism of what she's talking about right now in that very same music video. So again, shout out to Allie Carter, and shout out to all the God bless, and my prayers go out to all the victims, especially, you know, around this time and this holiday. Slugs of Truth, what's going on? And once again, Merry Christmas to everybody. I can't even say Merry Christmas Eve anymore. Just Merry Christmas to y'all. Tamiko Show, what's going on? I do believe that because Tiffany Haddish. Oh yeah, the Tiffany Haddish thing that got kind of swept up under the rug, right? It was Tiffany Haddish and somebody else. It was Tiffany Haddish and somebody else that got accused of this, and they didn't necessarily. Everybody was like, "Damn, this story sound kind of wild and whatnot." It don't sound too outlandish now. It don't sound too far fetched now. It don't sound too far fetched now whatsoever. Okay, so I guess we'll stay on that particular topic. Avalani, what's going on? Happy holidays. Yes, happy holidays. Happy holidays. WW. Ari Spears. That's who it was. The comedian Ari Spears. Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears. Which was a very weird combination to begin with, right? Very weird combination. Let me see something before we even jump into that. Who was it? Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so Tiffany Haddish and Ari Spears accused of child abuse in a new lawsuit, which it still bugs me to this day. Still bugs me out to this day. how this one got just swept up under the rug the way it did. A civil lawsuit filed Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court. A 22-year-old woman, on behalf of herself and her younger brother, accuses renowned actor, comedian, and author Tiffany Haddish and fellow comedian Ari Spears of abusing the plaintiff sexually when they were both minors. Filed using the pseudonyms Jane Doe and John Doe. The brother, born in 2007, is still a minor. The lawsuit alleges Haddish and Spears groomed the young plaintiffs and coerced them into filming sexually explicit child pornography skits. The plaintiffs allege they were introduced to Haddish and Spears through their mother. The lawsuit describes Haddish as a longtime family friend. Yeah, I remember when this craziness happened, and it was a 7-year-old and 14-year-old. Unbelievable. Like I said, back then, even a couple years ago, these things sounded, what's going on, Benjamin Zach? These things sounded so outlandish, but now they sound like regular. Now that Diddy has been, in the news for what he's been in the news for, everybody is starting to figure out, Hollywood is a nasty ass place. Hollywood is a disgusting and nasty ass place. It's a lot of craziness going on.